Hello YouTube, welcome to day number 186 of me vlogging every day of my life for the rest of my life. I think that's going to be my new intro because that's what I'm doing. You know, at the start it started as like a gym thing. It was going to be like every day that I go to the gym, I'm going to record, and that's still, you know, what I'm doing. But the whole premise of this isn't just gym oriented, you know, it's just more my life oriented. So yeah, day number 186 of me recording every day for the rest of my life, mostly. So today I did go to the gym, I hit pull, blah blah blah, kind of boring. No, I hit push, not pull. Pull was yesterday. I did push today, benched 60 kilos for 4 reps. So that's one more rep than I did last time, which is, it's nice, some reassurance that I'm back on the right track. But the main topic of this video is camping. I'm going camping soon. I couldn't really tell you where. I know it's in Wales somewhere, but my friend is like, yo, let's go camping. I'm like, let's go camping, okay? Because I've been once before with him and it was great, and we're gonna go again. But this time it's going to be a lot better because last time we tried to get a fire going and everything was like sopping wet and it was just horrible. This time we're not going to try and get a fire going because it's nice and not warm, but it's a lot warmer than it was before. Like we went in December time last year and it was like 3 degrees probably outside. It was pretty rough. I woke up and every time I'd wake up in the middle of the night, I'd have to like add a layer of clothing. I think I fell asleep with 5 tops on, I think, in total, like including my jacket, and I put on my hat, and I put on like 2 or 3 pairs of socks. It was just, yeah, it was a bit of a rough time. I'm going camping and I've cleaned my boots nice and ready for this camping session. I'm not sure if I'm going to wear boots because, you know, we're going to a more nice place and at a nicer time of year. So hopefully it's not wet there. So it shouldn't be marshy. I won't need boots, hopefully. I also didn't clean my tent out last time and it was a tiny bit muddy. So I unraveled my tent and I like shook it out a bit, just trying to get it ready for, you know, using it next. And the next thing is quite exciting for me, at least, because what is the worst part of camping, in your opinion? Because in my opinion, it's putting your tent and your sleeping bag back. It's like putting it back in its casing. So what I've done is I bought a dry sack. I'm not sure if you know what a dry sack is, but it's essentially just like a lining that you shove inside your bag. So say this is your bag. You shove it inside your bag so it like lines your bag. Ignore my double jointedness. It lines your bag. So basically you don't have to put your sleeping bag and your tent back in its own waterproof casing because you've got that casing in your bag now. So you just shove it all down so it gets all nice and compressed at the bottom, and you'll save space, and also you won't have to pack it back into its tight little container, which is really annoying to do in my opinion. This is the dry sack that I bought. The only issue was when I bought it and I opened it, it smelled kind of fishy. I don't know why. It's made of 100% nylon, excluding trims, whatever that means. It's OEX. Is it OEX? Yeah. OEX, the brand. It's from Go Outdoors, and it doesn't smell fishy anymore, thank God. I put it up to hang, so it just kind of aired out. But basically this goes inside your bag and you just shove everything in here, and then you fold it over a couple of times, and then you buckle it up, and then that creates a waterproof seal. So now that's inside your bag basically, and this is the new casing for your sleeping bag and your tent. So you just shove it all in there. So it'll be like this at the bottom of your bag, and then you put whatever else you need on top. And the way you're supposed to pack your bag is you're supposed to put the lightest stuff at the bottom and then the heavier stuff towards the top, so it's more towards your center, or it's higher, so it's more towards your chest kind of area the weight is, or even like higher than that. I don't know how it relates to our center of gravity. I don't know where my center of gravity is, but yeah, science stuff, you don't really need to know that. But I'm excited to use this. That's that. And I did buy one more thing ready for camping because it is the summer season. So unless you want to be eaten alive, you will need bug spray. Okay, I got this. It's Expel. It's just the cheapest one I could find on Amazon. It's 120 milliliters, and I think it was about £4 or £5. It's DEET free, which is a chemical. I don't really know. I don't know. It had good reviews and it was cheap, so I bought this. The lid, it feels like it's going to break, which isn't the best, but it smells not bad actually. It smells like lemony, like lemon and lime cleaning products. So that's everything that I've done to prepare for my camping trip. I am very, very excited. I might make a video. I don't know if it's for this channel or if it's a video that I'm going to make privately, as in I'm going to make the video and then publish it privately, because I do like doing that with like activities and trips and stuff. I think this is a take that a lot of people should start rolling with. It's whenever you have some sort of trip or activity with your friends, family, whatever, you should film it all and make like a little vlog. Obviously don't get like too caught up or wound up in, you know, filming everything and making it a good vlog. Make sure you're actually, you know, living it as you would in the first place. But then just to be able to have a video to look back on, like a whole YouTube like little project that you work on for like maybe a week, you know, just 10 minutes a day, just editing a video. I feel like that could be, you know, a nice little thing to do. Make 3 or 4 videos a year maybe. Yeah, I think that's a nice thing to do for yourself and maybe for your kids in the future. This is like the reason that I'm doing this really, is I want to, you know, I want to have a big catalogue of videos to show my kids when I'm older, but I don't really have anywhere to store these videos. So by putting them on YouTube, as long as YouTube is still a thing in the future, which I can't see YouTube ever disappearing, then my kids will be able to access these videos. But with camping, I've been looking at food. What food should I bring? Because I go on Reddit, because I'll like search on the internet. I'll be like, well, on Google, search on the internet. That makes me sound old. I'm only 20. 20 sounds old. I'll search on Google and then the first link will be like a Reddit link. So I'll click on that and I search like what to eat or what to bring camping. And everyone's like bringing snacks or like sandwiches or like MREs, which is just like ready meals that you just need to add water to. But that's like cement. Like what are actual meals that I could bring? Because like obviously I could bring snacky foods like nuts and sweets and chocolate, but I don't want to rely on that. I want to have like an actual meal at night, you know what I mean? But I'm only staying for one night, so it's not like it really needs to be something that, you know, can last long out of the fridge. It just needs to last like a day out of the fridge, which obviously if I'm bringing something like chicken, then that's not really going to survive out of the fridge for that long. But if I'm bringing something like cheese or I don't know, like samosa, then that's fine, you know. I do want to bring samosa, potentially croissants. I'm looking at bringing croissants because if you think about it, they're like really light and they're calorie dense. So that's like, in my opinion, the perfect camping food, but they do make a mess and they probably will get crushed. So that's probably why they're not ideal for camping, just because people don't like crushing them. But I could like squash down croissants and eat them and be perfectly fine with that. In fact, that's what I used to do, even just at home. I used to like toast a croissant and then I'd like push it down a bit and I'd have like a little bowl or ramekin of jam or even Nutella, and you use it as a dipping sauce basically. That's the best way to eat croissant in my opinion, because people will like toast it and cut it open and then put like they'll spread it in there, but that's too much effort. And then you can change the amount you get per bite if you use it as a dipping sauce. What I did last time when I went camping for the food situation is I starve maxed and I used, I think it was wine gums. I had wine gums and I think I had another sweet. Like I had 2 different types of sweets, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. And then I had a packet of wraps, because wraps are very like flat. So they're very good at being packed, and it doesn't matter if you squash them because obviously it's a wrap, you know, like just plain wraps. I had 8 of them and I would just eat those. It sounds really weird, but I had like 4 or 5 of those total. And it was only a 1-night expedition. I was fine, you know, I was a bit hungry, But at the same time, I wasn't really thinking about food. I was just thinking about enjoying the moment. I made a big video on that whole trip, but obviously it was a private video. But yeah, it's nice to be able to show your friends and family as well when you do something interesting. Like, you don't have to just tell them about it. You can like send them the link, you know, like put it as an unlisted video so people with the link can view it. Talking of food, I think America or the UK doesn't have a lot of foods in particular, such as like the fitness foods, like, you know, PB or PB2, whatever the hell it's called. There's like peanut butter, that's powder. And obviously it doesn't have a lot of the fats. I'm not 100% sure on what the carbs are like, but it doesn't have a lot of the calories basically. It's like a lower calorie version of peanut butter because you add your own water to it. That looks really interesting. I would like to try that. And then there's also zero sugar maple syrup. And I want to try that. And I've been looking for it, but I don't think it's sold in the UK, or at least I don't think it's sold like frequently in the UK, because everywhere that I've gone, I can't seem to find any, which is really annoying because I'm getting a bit bored of my jelly, my zero sugar jelly. It's good, it's fine, but I don't know, man. I've stopped having it as much just because I need to make it the day before or the night before. And that's just like, that's a lot of prep time. If you think about it, that's like 12 hours time that I have to wait until my jelly is ready. Like, what if I want something else like right now? You know, like I could just, if I had this powdered peanut butter, I could like, you know, just make myself something with peanut butter. But I think there is an upside to that because a lot of that stuff is just poison. A lot of that stuff is just like laced with chemicals and stuff. So I think being more mindful of what I'm eating is also something that I'm doing. I think I struggle with binge eating, low-key. I think I'm like a binge eater. So I'm trying to be more mindful when I'm eating as well. As in, like when I'm chewing my food, I'll actually think about, oh, you know, this tastes nice. I'm chewing my food. Because right now, I was talking to my friend about this at the gym. Like, I'll eat food. I'll have a spoonful of food. I'll chew it for a bit. And then I'll push it to the back of my mouth. And I'll have another spoonful of food. And then I'll chew it for, I won't really chew it. I'll just push it to the back of my mouth. And then I'll get another spoonful of food. And then I'll put that in my mouth. And then I'll just like engulf it all without chewing the second 2 spoonfuls of food, really. I'll just like engulf it all at once. And I feel like eating in my brain is like a speed challenge for some reason. I don't really know why. Yeah, that's something that I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to be a bit more, you know, mindful of. And you know what? Let me show you the tent that I have and the backpack that I have for camping. So I have the Fox 2 V2. It's very cool. It's a cool tent. It's like low profile. It's a 2-person tent, I'm pretty sure, or a 1.5-person tent. I would call it a 1-man tent because I am a big man, I guess. I'm 6'3", but I do fit inside of it, which is nice. So that is a nice tent if you want to like keep your bag inside as well. If you want to keep all your stuff inside the tent and you are a semi-large human, then it's, you know, more than doable. But I wouldn't call it a 2-person tent unless it's like 2 small people, or unless you're like gonna actually like snuggle up while you're, you know, like if you're using a 2-person sleeping bag kind of thing. And I don't know how much I got that tent for, but it was like heavily discounted because I got it in like the December kind of time of year. And I don't know what it was. Maybe there was just a sale on that just happened to be around that time of year. So I'm not sure when to look for tents to get them cheap, but I got that one pretty cheap. I think it was about like £70. Maybe less actually, I'm not sure. Let me see if I have the receipt actually. Okay, here, I found it. Usually it is £70, I think, but I got discounted 20%. Oh, I'm not even in frame. Sorry. Yeah, I got discounted 20%. So it was £55.97 for the tent. And then I bought this bag for £25, which was also 20% discount. When did I go? Let's see. Oh, here it was. It was December 22nd. So maybe December time. Yeah. December 22nd, just before Christmas. So maybe that is a good time to go and look for camping stuff. I'm not 100% sure. But let me show you my sleeping bag actually before I show you my bag. My bag, well, neither of these are very interesting in my opinion. This sleeping bag I got a while ago. I got it for college because I went camping with college. And I just, like, you can see why I don't like this case, the casing for this, because it's just like so annoying. I don't know. I don't like it. But The actual sleeping bag is fine. It's good. It's the Gillette Horizon 400, and it's a 3/4 season sleeping bag. It is very warm, and I do fit in it very well. It is 220 centimeters length, and actually, let me just show you, man. Here. So this is what the dimensions are. It's good for me, and I am tall. 2 kilos, which is a tiny bit heavy, I think, for a sleeping bag. And this is these are the temperatures that it recommends. So for comfort, 1 degree, limit is -4 degrees, and the extreme is, what is that, -21. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, I use this, and then I have a roll mat, but it's like a foam one, like a very bad roll mat, a foam roll mat, probably the worst roll mat you could get. So the next upgrade that I'm going to do to my camping setup is roll mat. This is my roll mat. It's literally a foam thing. Yeah, it's the worst roll mat you could probably have, but it does the job. I used it in December, so I guess that shows you how good this sleeping bag is. But then again, I was wearing like 5 layers, so yeah, the sleeping bag is pretty good. And then my actual backpack, it is the, what is this? The Nepal 65. It's a 65 litre backpack. It doesn't need to be this big, I don't think, but it is this big. I have a torch. I take this torch with me, the Trustfire TR 1600. It's a pretty decent torch. Sorry for that. Yeah, I keep this with me, and I like having a bag. I like keeping a bag in there, just in case, you know. Bags come in handy, especially when you're camping and you're supposed to leave no trace, no case. Yeah, this bag is I don't really know. It's like a very entry level. Everything that I have is like extremely entry level, but it's, you know, it's all you need to camp, basically. It's the bare minimum, and it's, you know, it's a good place to build up on, except for the roll mat. The roll mat, I would recommend getting like an actual, like at least 40 quid roll mat. The inflatable ones, I would recommend getting like a inflatable one with a decent R level. And the R level is, it's a scale, it's a rating system that's used. Just look it up, man. Look it up. I don't know what I'm talking about properly, so I don't feel comfortable explaining it to you. But yeah, this is my bag. It's pretty cool. It's decent. It's obviously got all the straps and stuff. It's a proper hiking bag, and it's got back support. It's like, you know, but that's all my camping stuff. I'm actually, you know, I might try and line this now. Let's do it. You know what? Because I was gonna do it. I was gonna put my dry sack in my bag, and then put my stuff in there, but I decided not to because it smelled like fish, so I aired it out first. But I'm gonna try and do that now. So I'm gonna try and prop you up somewhere so you can see. Okay, there we go. It kind of vacuum sealed, low-key. That's weird. I like it. I like it. Now let's put that in my bag. See, that looked like it was difficult, but if you think about it, that was both my tent and my sleeping bag now. That goes in here. Now I just slide it down my bag. There we go. Look at this. I don't know how well you can see, but like half of my backpack is now filled with like my tent and my my sleeping bag. And before, I was keeping my tent like on the outside of my pack, just because I didn't want to put it inside because there wasn't like a lot of room, just because of how awkwardly it would fit because of the shape. But now that goes in wonderfully, and then the poles and the pegs I can just shove down there somewhere, or I guess I could put them in one of the side pockets. I don't know, I'll figure it out properly later, like where exactly I would want everything. I guess these can go down with these all the way at the bottom. Actually, maybe these should have went down first. Nah, these can just sit on top. Yeah, like this. Actually, nah, they can go down. the front. You can see that there. Those go down, these go down. Look at that, they're down in there, if you can see that. And now that's half of everything in my pack already. Now I just need like some extra clothes maybe, and then some food. And that's all I need. You know, that's all I'm bringing. I'm bringing like mosquito repellent, like anti-bug stuff. But that's it. Yeah, anyway, a bit of a strange video, but thank you for watching. See what I mean? This is like, this is just my life, you know? It's not really gym related anymore. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm hitting legs tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.